Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. In this presentation, I'm going to take you on a little journey to understanding why so many people in our modern society today are sick, have trouble losing weight, have issues with insomnia, can't seem to have normal digestion, and just feel crummy in general. So we really need to shift our attention to what we're putting in our bodies because it really does matter. So I'm delivering this Lunch and Learn to you today with this sincere hope that you'll use this information to make the decision today to make optimal nutritional choices to really transform your health and your life for the better and start living your very best life possible. I'm Dr. Laura Larissa Smith. I am a licensed acupuncturist, doctor of Oriental medicine, herbalist, and superfoods advocate. I am committed to helping people heal and thrive using natural medicine. I love helping people get rid of pain and chronic disease using natural methods. I believe in promoting health and radiance from the inside out, because when we are healthy, we look and we feel great. My practice is Golden Phoenix Acupuncture and Wellness. It's located in Northeast St. Pete. I created a hybrid clinic that offers private and community style acupuncture, herbal medicine, injection therapy, natural facial rejuvenation, and now I'm excited to offer telehealth consultations too. So let's dig right in. Let's talk about what is fundamentally wrong with the American diet. So as a practitioner of natural medicine and a believer in a holistic approach to solving health issues for my patients, I've always talked about the importance of getting to the root cause of what ails you, because it's so important not just to address symptoms, but to get to the source from where these symptoms are coming from. So I've been doing a lot of research lately, as I always am, but recently I've been learning so much more about this common thread that is making everybody really sick. So it has to do with the human GI tract, the gut microbiome. It houses a bustling microbiome ecosystem, and it's vital to about 70% of our immune system. And did you happen to know that sugar can trigger the release of dopamine in the brain and creating a pleasurable sensation similar to that of addictive drugs? And over time, people can actually develop a tolerance to sugar, meaning you need more and more of it to achieve the same pleasurable effect. Sugar can create the cycle of craving and overconsumption, leading to this vicious cycle of addictive-like behavior. And it's interesting to see how brain scans show that sugar addiction and drug addiction can exhibit similar neural responses. And easy access to sugary foods and their prevalence in our modern diet contributes to the development of sugar addiction. So has anyone else besides me have a soda vending machine over like their high school campus? I think back on it now and I just have to wonder, why would anyone do that? Addressing sugar addiction may require behavioral therapy, support groups, and dietary changes to break that cycle of addiction and establish healthier eating habits. So in traditional Chinese medicine theory from thousands of years ago, it states that emotions are the #1 cause of disease, but really in our modern society, that's not really the case. It's true, emotions are powerful. They have the ability to make us ill or throw our health out of balance. But in today's modern society, it really comes down to our food as a leading cause. And even if you think you're eating healthy, you may be unknowingly compromising your immune system and health because of this one common thread. So what exactly is causing chaos in everyone's microbiome? First, I'll talk a little bit about the gut microbiome. it's really amazing because it has a diverse community of trillions of microorganisms, including bacteria, viruses, fungi, and other microbes. Studies have shown that microbial cells in our body outnumber our own human cells. And most of these microbes are in our intestines. And the combined genetic material of the gut microbiome, it contains at least 100 times as many genes as the human genome. And that's really mind-boggling. That's really amazing. And I mentioned before, approximately 70% of our immune system cells are found in our gut. And that microbiome plays a crucial role in training and modulating our immune responses. The composition of the gut microbiome is heavily influenced by diet, a high fiber plant-based foods that really promotes a diverse microbiome. When diets high in processed foods can reduce this diversity and create an environment friendly to bad bacteria. Some well-known beneficial bacteria like lactobacillus can have positive health effects, which help with digestion and reducing systemic inflammation. Antibiotic use can really disrupt the gut microbiome, as you all probably already know, reducing the number of beneficial bacteria and sometimes can lead to GI complications. Also, the gut microbiome plays a role in metabolizing various compounds, including drugs, and can influence your body's response to certain medications. So ongoing research continues to reveal many ways in which the gut microbiome affects our health, from digestion to immunity, brain function, even mood. It's considered to be our second brain, which, like I said, has about 100 million neurons, which is more than the number of neurons that are in your spinal cord. So what is waging war on your gut? So the common thread is a toxic food supply. Many reasons that we may have gut issues include antibiotic use, alcohol consumption, but the most likely cause is the use of an agricultural chemical designed to be used on GMO crops called glyphosate. So it's the main ingredient in Roundup weed killer. And by the way, GMO stands for genetically modified organisms. If you take a look at the history of toxic substances in our environment that were once thought to be okay, the previous use of asbestos, for example, in household insulation, have led to the huge rise in mesothelioma cases. It's a rare type of lung disease. Lead found in paint is associated with learning disabilities, birth defects, damage to lungs and kidneys. DDT in agriculture has caused complications of pregnancies and harmed some species of animals. And these are just a few examples how our home environment has become toxic despite our faith in government and industries to protect us. And in foods, many preservatives and sweeteners and food colorings that originally thought were safe have been found to drastically affect health and even cause cancer in some cases. If we take a look at food dyes, high fructose corn syrup, aspartame, even the irradiation of food. Now once again, we find ourselves confronting a new threat and facing a new challenge to our health. And so this threat comes from the incredible proliferation of this agricultural herbicide in homes, along highways and community parks. This chemical it was created to support GMO farming practices. Since 1974, conventional farming has increasingly used the herbicide glyphosate. It was originally developed as an industrial cleaning agent to chelate heavy metals and other substances from clogged pipes. But when it was discovered that glyphosate actually kills microbiomes, microbes, it was then transformed into what we know now as Roundup. It's used as a weed killer in conventional agriculture. And when glyphosate accumulates in our bodies, it can manifest as chronic health issues. This is why it's so important to detox glyphosate from our body. And a huge increase in the incidence and prevalence of chronic diseases has been reported in the US over the last 20 years. Glyphosate does disrupt the metabolic processes and the endocrine system, as well as the balance of gut bacteria. It can also damage DNA, and this can be a driver of mutations that can lead to cancer. All right. So also the last point here on this slide is that glyphosate has even been detected in our rainwater, 86% in rainwater alone. Ditches and drains, 71%, 63% detection in our soil, and even 18% in large rivers. So it's really all around us. And did you know that about 75% of foods at our grocery store does contain glyphosate? Okay, so what's the cost of convenience over purity? Today, researchers believe there may be over 20 conditions associated with a compromised microbiome. So the most direct correlations between the increased use of glyphosate on crops and the increased incidence of health issues can be seen in diseases such as Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, IBS, gluten intolerance, food sensitivities and allergies, metabolic dysregulation, meaning that you have trouble losing weight. No matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to lose the weight. Colon cancer, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, rheumatoid arthritis, and the gut-brain axis suggests a potential role in gut microbiota in conditions like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and dementia. So the other things that can also be affected that we see more and more prevalence of is autism and anxiety and depression. So about 90 to 95% of our serotonin production happens in our gut. So an unhealthy microbiome can lend itself to more feelings of depression. And there's also a link between gut microbiome and skin health as well. And today there's evidence that these herbicides being used on conventional farming are able to kill all the weeds and all of the non-genetically modified organisms that grow in the soil, but they've also been shown to kill living organisms that grow and live within your gut microbiome. Glyphosate kills the good bacteria, but it does not kill the bad bacteria. So take C. diff, for example. This is an example of a bad bacteria that can cause severe diarrhea or colitis. And you and I need an optimal ratio of about 9:1 of healthy gut bacteria to bad bacteria. And this is just a screenshot, came from a book called The Toxin That Came to Dinner. Just a couple of examples to show you the rise of use of glyphosate, as you can see in red here, corresponding to the gold bars that you see here, the increased incidence in deaths per 100,000 in cases of dementia. And on here to the right, you see the correlation between glyphosate use, and Alzheimer's. And on this slide, here's another example of two more serious diseases, IBS and ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease, and also diabetes and the rise in the number of diagnoses. And also, here's a screenshot from the book. We can see here the correlation with autism. We've seen a huge exponential jump in the number of kids diagnosed with autism since the 1990s. It's really incredible and heartbreaking. So just a quick example about legal challenges in the United States. As of 2021, there's been so many lawsuits in our country against Monsanto's glyphosate. They're the company that makes the glyphosate found in Roundup. These lawsuits have claimed that Roundup is linked to cancer, specifically non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And in California, glyphosate has been classified as a carcinogen and probable human carcinogen by the World Health Organization. And in the city of Los Angeles, they voted to ban the use of Roundup within 100 feet of children's play areas and dog parks and recreation centers. Internationally, numerous cities, countries, states throughout the world, they've taken steps to either restrict or require licensing or even to ban outright the use of glyphosate. And a couple of documentaries. So I like watching documentaries. And these are just a couple that you can watch on your own that kind of talk more about what I just talked about. Kiss the Ground is one, and Into the Weeds is one about a man, his name's Dwayne Johnson. He sued Monsanto company after getting soaked with Roundup weed killer on the job by accident, and he ended up getting seriously ill. He developed non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and he successfully sued Monsanto company. So these are just two interesting documentaries. You can take a look at those. So I'll talk a little bit more about the program that I've created called the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation Program. And yes, I am on the program myself. And at its core, it has 5 high-quality products that are vegan, non-GMO, and organic that really flood your body with nutrient-rich superfoods without requiring any harsh restrictions to your diet. When you do the 90-day program, you'll get physically, mentally, and emotionally recharged. You can really transform your lifestyle to have more energy, better digestion, deeper sleep, and a more balanced mood. And in a short period of time, your taste buds will shift. You'll notice positive changes, like less sugar cravings, less appetite for foods that are bad for you, and more of a desire for healthy foods. So at the core of the ULT, or Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation Program, core benefits are increased energy levels, creating lean muscle, of course, detoxing glyphosate, rehabilitating the gut microbiome, less bloating, improved focus, less brain fog, and less systemic inflammation. So C-reactive protein is one thing that causes inflammation, like in rheumatoid arthritis. This program can help reduce that marker and reducing pain and inflammation in the body. Additional benefits, increasing nutrient assimilation. When you rehabilitate your gut microbiome, you have better absorption of nutrients. You can detox parasites, support healthy blood, including blood glucose levels, reduced sugar cravings, like I said before, and you can even release some excess weight. And science does show that you absolutely can transform your habits and your life in just 90 days. All right, so I'll talk about each of the components of the program. So in the program, it comes with an 18-ounce personal size blender, a superfoods power shake. So in our fast-paced world of eating fast food through the drive-through and delivery conveniences, it can be kind of a struggle to get daily nutrition in. And this power shake is a convenient way to get phytonutrients from pure raw superfoods and stay feeling satiated and energized throughout the day. And it's got a delicious appleberry flavor. It supports healthy glucose levels, helps burn fat, and it contains 100% non-GMO organic ingredients. It's got the same nutrient density as 6 superfood salads, so it's really good for you. It's dehydrated at a low temperature, so it's a live food, and you just have to put it into water and it reconstitutes. So there's no added sugars in this. The next product is the Super Amino Acid Blend, the Super Amino 23. This product was created by a doctor of naturopathy. It took 7 years for him to develop it. And there are clinical trials showing its efficacy. So it's got pre-digested 100% vegan protein. It's made of 9 essential amino acids that are absorbed in your bloodstream quickly. It only takes 23 minutes for it to get absorbed into your blood. And amino acids are considered the building blocks of protein. And this has an astounding 99% absorption rate. It can help you build muscle even when you're not working out. So what you'll do on the program is you take 5 of those in the morning with your power shake, and then 5 at lunchtime with your power shake. 1 day's dose is equivalent to a 12-ounce piece of steak without any of the calories, cholesterol, fat, and the taxation on the kidneys. Did you know that after age 70, our protein absorption in our gut is a fraction of what it was in our 20s? So this is a really great product for that demographic of people over age 70. And this formula, it's also been clinically proven to improve skin elasticity. So if you're currently pregnant or perhaps overweight and you're concerned about losing a large amount of weight that will leave you with stretch marks, this stuff can prevent stretch marks from happening because it's giving your body the nutrients it needs to support healthy skin elasticity. And the stuff is really good for people that have renal dysfunction or kidney failure. People in that demographic should, of course, avoid eating a lot of meat products because this can lead to too much uric acid in the blood. And you may already know this, but too much uric acid can lead to painful inflammation conditions such as gout. This product is used by professional athletes and marathon runners to quickly rebuild tissue. And it's safe for use in pregnancy because it literally aids in the tissue building process for a growing fetus. And it can also help speed up post-surgical wound healing. This next product is probably the most important part of the program. It's a proprietary formula filled with pre and probiotics. This was actually awarded a Gold Seal award by the Detox Project as a glyphosate detoxing solution. It's called Biomedic, and it can help flush out harmful toxins support good bacteria, and also protect the gut from damage. There was a preclinical trial that showed that this product can remove 75% of glyphosate from the test subjects in just 6 weeks. The next product is the Parasite Cleanse. And this is only part of the first month's package, but this can help enhance your body's peristaltic action. It helps loosen up embedded and impacted matter in the colon, helping you to cleanse but not have a laxative effect. It's formulated for a 40-day period of use. So it has 2 10-day periods of use with a 20-day period of non-use. So during the 10 days that you take it, you'll have 2 in the morning with your power shake, and 2 at lunchtime with your power shake or food. And this on-off on schedule is because the eggs of parasites have a 20-day incubation period. So we want to do a parasite cleanse in a way that gets rid of all the parasites regardless of their current life cycle. And every one of us gets parasites throughout our lives. It's really unavoidable. If you eat sushi or pork, raw vegetables, fresh fruits, salads, all of these things have the potential to harbor parasites. So it's really important for all of us to do a cleanse of this sort from time to time. The next product is the organic tart cherry juice. So this has a wide variety of unique antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties. It helps balance circadian rhythms and support healthy joint function, promoting healthy uric acid metabolism, which is important for everyone who's ever suffered from kidney stones or gout. It can help to combat free radical damage, improve the appearance of your skin, create a healthy response to inflammation in the body, and can support a more deepened state of sleep. If you do suffer from insomnia, which many people do, and you pop a melatonin gummy or a melatonin pill every night, please stop doing that, because you don't want to use melatonin every day long term. Because melatonin is a hormone, it can actually end up making your insomnia worse if you use it on a daily basis. So how do you take the tart cherry juice? You do 1 to 2 tablespoons in some water or sparkling water, an hour and a half before bedtime. You can make a really delicious mocktail using sparkling water. It's a healthy alternative to an alcoholic nightcap, because alcohol can actually disrupt the body's natural sleep-wake cycle. Alcohol can initially make you feel drowsy and relaxed. It can lead to fragmented and poor quality sleep later in the night. So this really covers the core 5 products of the ULT. All of these products are high quality, no fillers, no artificial colors or flavors, and everything's organic, plastic-free packaging, because caring for our planet is important too. And also, if you happen to be a woman who's pregnant or breastfeeding, I have an alternative plan that does not include the Parasite Cleanse, but rather a vegan collagen support supplement in its place. So this program comes with guidelines, so you're never guessing along the way. So you'll follow this program for 30-day increments for a total of 90 days. And these are a few highlights of what you can expect after month 1. You may have improved sleep, less bloating, less unhealthy cravings. And after month 2, you may notice less pain, because there's going to be less inflammatory markers in your blood, the C-reactive protein that I mentioned earlier. You can have a brighter complexion, and you may even start noticing that your clothes are getting a little bit looser at this point. And after the 90 days, you'll have new healthy habits that are formed that will sustain you in making optimal food decisions with ease. So some people with food sensitivities and food allergies have reported a significant reduction or even elimination in their food allergies. So it's even possible that you're even going to experience taking a lot less sick days from work, so you can actually enjoy more in your life. After the 90 days, many people feel so good that they want to continue on a maintenance package going forward. And this is a quick screenshot of the tracker that comes with this program. A daily tracker is included. It's super easy to follow. It really lets you see visually the progress that you're making. I recommend taking some photos of yourself, body and face before, and compare it with a photo of yourself after the 90 days, because some people experience some pretty remarkable changes. And this program, it's not a starvation diet. It's not going to leave you feeling deprived, but rather nourished. If you're looking to lose some extra pounds, you can replace breakfast and lunch with the Power Shake and eat a healthy dinner. For breakfast and lunch, you may add a fruit or veggie option as snacks. And this chart you see here can help you in your first, it comes with your first month's kit as printed material. It's also available digitally, but it's listed here, options that will guide you in making smart snacking choices. Also, if you're needing to wean away from coffee, I have some great recommendations, coffee alternatives for you. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about my own personal testimonial, and then we'll have some other people share. But for me, my personal experience since starting the program, I noticed 2 weeks after starting the program, I noticed a significant reduction in my sugar cravings, which was a huge deal because for pretty much my entire life, I've had issues with craving sugar, especially when I'm stressed. It was like my go-to thing, just binge eating sugar, candy. And I think the biggest challenge that came up recently was Halloween. You know, my kids get Halloween candy, ton of it. And I actually, this year was the first year that I didn't have cravings to just eat handfuls of their candy, which has never happened before. So that was a huge deal for me, not to have the desire to eat that candy. I've had an increase in energy despite not sleeping more. So I have 2 young children. I have my son is almost 2 years old. So I don't get a lot of sleep because of my kids, they wake me up every night. But despite that, I haven't been increasing the amount of sleep I get per night, but during the day, I've noticed an increase in energy level. I haven't been wanting to take an afternoon nap. I haven't been feeling drowsy in the afternoon after lunch. I've had sharpened mental clarity, and I just feel really good physically and emotionally. My mood has been improved as well. So now I'm going to open it up to a couple of other people that are on this call who want to share their experience on the ULT that they've had. So I'll look at the chat, have them raise their hand, and then I'll call that on them. They'll turn on their mic and just let everyone know about their own testimonial. Let's see here.
Looks like Tracy and Kelly have their hands up.
Okay, so Tracy, if you want to go first, Tracy, you can unmute yourself and start talking.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Larissa, and wonderful presentation. I was diagnosed with Crohn's more than 20 years ago, and it actually runs in my family. And of course, with the Crohn's comes all sorts of issues. In the beginning, I was probably in the hospital once a month, every month for the first couple years. And of course, I was eating like what you had in your presentation. The standard American diet was not connecting the frequency of flares to that. And fast forward over the years, I have been on all types of medication, chemo medicine, just very harsh drugs that would do more damage to my immune system. And around the circle would continue because these drugs would lower my immune system, which would then cause me to get sick, and then it would cause another flare. In addition to that, due to having Crohn's for so long, I developed arthritis. So there was the constant aches and pains. I started going through perimenopause at 38. So the night sweats picked up. I was not having good restful nights of sleep, plus the achiness and the flares, all of that combined. This year, in June or May, I had a colonoscopy, and that revealed that I had diverticulosis. So although I had heard about the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation in 2020, it was high time that I started. So when I did that in June, on June 1st, immediately within the first couple of weeks, I noticed a significant reduction in the distension in my belly. 75% was gone. Immediately that first week, no more arthritis pain. As a matter of fact, I'm on day 164 of being on the ULT, the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. I have not had any arthritis pain whatsoever. I had distension in my lower limbs. That has completely went away. I have not been in the hospital this past summer. Normally, within the past, every summer, at least once or twice a month, I would be in the hospital for several days. That has completely disappeared. My energy is up. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I have a dog, and so I lead a busy schedule. I work full time, but all those things still pale into comparison with how I feel every day. It's amazing how I feel, and all of it is due to this program.
Wow. Thank you, Tracy, for sharing. And yeah, I can relate, being a mom and having to take time to being sick and not being able to do everything for the kids and the family, really sets you back. And yeah, that's a really powerful testimony. Thank you, Tracy, for sharing that with everyone. All right, who wanted to speak next?
Kelly's next.
Okay, Kelly, go ahead, Kelly.
Hello, so my name is Kelly Williams, and for the last 21 years, I've been a stay-at-home mom. For maybe 10 years before that, I was a legal secretary. But before that, even back in my high school days, I started dealing with a lot of pain, especially in my head, a lot of pain and inflammation. And it just continued to get worse over the years. So maybe about 15 years ago, it really started getting severe. And then go back about 6 years, the pain in my head got so bad that this bone right here on the side of my face would actually like jut out, and this whole side of my face would water. And I couldn't handle any light or noise. I would get very nauseous. I couldn't function. But in addition to that, all my bones hurt, just all my joints hurt. I couldn't sit for more than 20 minutes before the pain would be too bad. I couldn't be on my feet for more than 20 minutes before the pain would get too bad. So it was just constant. And my sleep was absolutely terrible. I would go to bed with all these ice packs and hot pads because the pain would keep me awake. And I would keep reheating them and getting out fresh ice packs, and I'd have them all over my head and all over the place to try. Pain pills didn't touch it. I went to all the traditional doctors and natural doctors, and it just kept getting worse. So in addition, I was exhausted all the time from that. I drank at least 5 cups of coffee a day and usually added an espresso. So I knew I was killing my adrenals, but I couldn't function. And what also drove me crazy was the brain fog. I would walk in a room and I couldn't remember why I was there, or I would forget the second half of my sentence sometimes. And I remember thinking that I used to be smarter than that. It drove me crazy. So I felt like I'd tried so many things. Maybe 10 years ago, I really changed my diet. I cleaned it up. I cut out a lot of junk. But I started this program almost a year ago, the end of November last year. And I now know this gut support and nutrition is what I was always missing. Within the first week, about 5 or 6 days in, I started noticing a difference. Immediately, I could think clearer in the morning. And within that first 90 days, my joint pain went away, my head pain went away. I actually have not had that severe pain in my head since right around December 1st. It's almost been a year. So I know now it's not coming back. I'm not worried about that anymore. My sleep is just amazing. I wake up in the morning and I can breathe, and I was always congested before. But the natural energy is just awesome. Natural energy without coffee. My kids actually say I'm hyper sometimes now. But one of my favorite things is having my brain back. I can think again, and I feel like I'm not stupid anymore. And it might sound crazy, but that was so frustrating. But the fact that just that pain is gone, the inflammation is so much better. It's just been amazing. So this gut support is what I know I was always missing. It's amazing.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Kelly. Yeah, a lot of the time with my patients, I find that they're just given, prescription medications to deal with the pain or cover up the pain or address the symptoms. But really, like, nutrition isn't really touched by their primary care provider. It's mostly due to doctors don't really learn about nutrition in school unless they take an extra course or curriculum to focus on nutrition. They don't really learn about nutrition and how it can actually be used as preventative and curative medicine. So we can use food as medicine. So thank you, Kelly, for that testimonial. Thank you so much. And was there anyone else, Sonia?
Yes, me.
You? Okay, go right ahead, please.
I'm going to share mine. So I'm so thrilled for Tracy and Kelly and so many others. I mean, it really is a quality of life issue, being able to have a good quality of life and just feeling normal. Is that too much to ask, to feel normal and have energy without downing coffees all day? So I'm so thrilled for you ladies, and for you as well, Larissa, because I know you are like super meticulous and you want to try everything first before you recommend it to your patients. And that's exactly what you did. So what happened with me, myself and my husband, at the time, I was full-time in real estate. So I was working between 60 and 70 hours a week. My husband was working on our investments, like flipping houses and managing our rental properties. And at the same time, we were caregiving. So my mom, after my dad passed away, moved in with us, and she lived with us the last 2 years of her life, and she had health challenges, and we were caregivers on top of, running businesses and all of that. So what often happens when we're caregivers, whether it's for an aging parent or maybe we have small children, whatever it might be, a family member that's disabled, often what happens is the last person we take care of is ourselves, right? And that's exactly what happened to us. So we found ourselves, Doug and I, doing things that were out of convenience just because we were so crazy busy, going through drive-throughs, grabbing gas station food. He was drinking coffee all day long. And what we realized is we were feeling 20 years older than we were. We were waking up literally every day exhausted. And I remember looking over at him one morning and saying, "It's morning. Why are we exhausted just upon waking up? It's not a great way to live." We also had put on a lot of weight and had horrible digestive issues. We weren't sleeping good. The digestive issues were really bad. And we got on this program. We did it together, which I love that we did it together because it might sound weird, but it was actually a bonding experience for us. It was really awesome to go on this journey as a couple. And within a few days, we noticed waking up with energy. The bloating was gone. the digestive issues started to resolve like a 180, and the weight melted off. We dropped the weight, but what got us more excited than that, and I'll be honest, we probably initially were geared more towards the weight loss just out of vanity, but even though that happened, we were more excited about how we felt, because we went from feeling 20 years older to feeling 20 years younger than we were. And even our friends were asking us, like, what are you guys doing? You look different. You're so energetic. What's going on? So it was just such a blessing to be able to get on this program. And it's amazing when your body is devoid of processed foods and you flood it with real nutrient dense foods, what happens? The body really responds. It really responds to that because you're giving it what works with it, not against it. And it happens very quickly, especially with these all being from whole, every single ingredient is from a whole food source. So the body actually can recognize and assimilate it as opposed to synthetic isolates. So Larissa, I love your presentation, everything you shared, such great information. And that's what happened to us. I wanted to, share our story. And my husband and I have been using the products for almost 11 years now, and we've never looked back, and we've been off processed foods, and it's just been amazing what it's done for us and so many of our family members and our friends too. So I'll turn it back over to you, Larissa. Thanks for the opportunity to share.
And thanks for sharing, Sonia. All right, so move on. So basically, I'll talk about the month by month through the 90-day program. But basically with month 1, it replaces 2 meals a day, breakfast and lunch, at a cost of $12 per day or $6 per meal. You can eat a couple of servings of fruits or vegetables, and I have a guide I'll show you that can help you make smart selections. If you're doing the program for detox only and not necessarily for weight loss, you can eat a full breakfast and a full lunch with a power shake. At dinner time, eat a full healthy dinner and do your best to stick to organic foods as much as possible. Month 2 and 3 calculate out to be about $5.49 per meal, or under $11 per day. Compare that with the cost of eating out. So the average American household spends about $3,600 a year dining out, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. If you go out for lunch Monday through Friday for a year, you might spend $10 on a meal, and that's on like the lower end of most dining establishments. This can add up to easily to $50 a week. It's also easy to spend at least that amount of money if you go out to dinner 2 or 3 times a week at a nicer restaurant. For example, if you get a Big Mac from McDonald's, that alone, that meal just costs $12.19. A carne asada burrito at Chipotle by itself is $12.49. If you go to Evo's, healthy eating at Evo's, if you get a Beyond Burger with air fries and tea, that can add up to $17.97. But I created 3 levels of this program. So as an overview, this is not a diet of deprivation. You're not going to be hungry and miserable. It's a program with structure built in and a guided sheet that keeps you on track every day. So you're going to do really good when you're going to enjoy delicious, healthy superfoods that are going to help your body to come to crave those healthier foods as opposed to the refined sugars and carbs and processed foods from before. I created 3 different levels of my program. The first level, tier 1, is just the core ULT program. I am including for free 6 virtual bi-weekly group coaching Zoom calls. So these are going to be calls that help you with guidance and support to help you keep on track, ask any questions, and get encouragement and inspiration from other group members. and also including access to a self-care app. It can help you with personalized recommendations for acupressure, qigong exercises, guided meditation, and traditional Chinese medicine food therapy recommendations. And then I'll let you know the core program, it has a 60-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not happy with the products, you can send it back for a full refund as long as all the remaining unused product and original packaging is included with your return. But I assure you, you're going to really love this stuff and you're not going to want to return anything. So the second tier of my program, I've added some things. So in addition to the core program in tier 1, I'm including 3 ear seed treatments, which is acupressure for your ear, and 6 injections. You can choose from either detoxing or a weight loss injection series. So glutathione is an injection that you can use for detoxing. It's an antioxidant and a good liver detoxer. Or you can use the Lipo Plus injections. It has 3 lipotropic enzymes to boost metabolism and also B vitamins to boost energy. And then tier 3 is everything I just talked about, plus 6 acupuncture sessions. And these are monthly investments. You go month by month. So there's not everything is an upfront cost. So it's broken down into 3 months installments. So are you ready to have your ultimate lifestyle transformation and start living your optimal life? I have more information on my website about the program at drlarasmith.com/ULT. I have my contact information here for anyone who wants to contact me or ask me any questions. But really right now is the perfect time to get started. If you're wanting to use this program to release some extra weight, because before the holiday season gets into full swing, you're going to carry these good habits through the holidays and into the new year. And you're not going to have to make New Year's resolutions to yourself about finally starting to eat healthier or finally starting to lose weight, because let's be honest with ourselves, do we all actually keep our New Year's resolutions? So if we start now, we're not going to look back.